and commencement exercises of the FEU Institute of Law, the entrance of the candidates for graduation. Everyone, please rise for the procession of faculty, administrators, member of the Board of Trustees, and guests. Leading the procession is the University Registrar, Genesis John G. Borja, with the University Mace, carried by Vito Dans. The mace is the symbol of the university and is displayed in official university functions. It consists of the university seal, done in solid brass, resting on a finely carved staff made of Philippine hardwood. Leading the procession is the University Registrar, Genesis John G. Borja, with the University Mace carried by Vito Dans. The mace is the symbol of the university and is displayed in official university functions. It consists of the university seal done in solid brass, resting on a finely carved staff made of Philippine hardwood. The FEU coat of arms signifies the drive of the university in the field of Philippine culture and traditions. The 8-pointed gold star represents the symbol of the resurrection and the university being the star of the East that continues to shed its light and luster, dedicated to the education of the total human. Faculty members. Chief Legal Counsel, Enrico G. Gilera. Corporate Secretary, Anthony Raymond A. Gukinko. Alumni Relations Director, Selmer L. Santos. Alumni Representative Rodolfo V. Tagapan Jr., Dean of the Institute of Law, Jose Marlon P. Pabiton, Trustee of FEU Roosevelt, Gianna R. Montinola, Commencement Speaker, Dominador D. Buhain Jr., President Juan Miguel R. Montinola, please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by the FEU Multi-Faith Prayer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, peles ng sinangana, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bagaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislat ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdilingling, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng mahal ating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang iligaya na pa ay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Glory to you, Almighty, for gathering us today. Give us fortitude to conquer life's challenges. Inspire us to excel and be upright in everything we do. Guide us to remain united in diversity, to serve and love one another. Amen.
Kindly be seated. The candidates for graduation from the Institute of Law will be presented to the University President by Dean Jose Marlon P. Pabiton.
Candidates from the Institute of Law, please rise. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for graduation from the Institute of Law, class of 2025. They have satisfactorily completed the requirements prescribed by the Legal Education Board and are hereby recommended for the degree of Juris Doctor.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Far Eastern University, I hereby confer upon you your respective degrees with all the privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may now put on your hoods. And shift your tassels from right to left. Please be seated. Jose Marlon P. Pabiton, Dean of the Institute of Law, assisted by yours truly, will now hand the diplomas to the graduates. Medals will also be awarded to the graduates with honors.
Juris Doctor, school year 2024 to 2025. Juris Doctor, school year 2024 to 2025. Sigrid Badillo Adarlo. Audrey Valestero Almanon. Arjuna Domingo Almase. Marjorie Lalaine Tagupa Alvero. Anthony Sajol Angulo. Ralph Jervis Modales Bangan, second honors. Sean Matthew Bonaobra Berango, second honors. Justin Joy Ignacio Brubio. Samantha Patricia Camposano Buenafe, cum laude. Samuel John Valinia Kahimat, second honors. Rayson P. Kamungaw. Ina Grace Astrologo Kanda, second honors. Fred De Pedro Cebrian Jr. Carla May Nual de Guzman. Maria Kena May Gorospe de la Cruz. Amiel John De Leon Dris, second honors. Lea Andrea De Castro Ernie. Chloe Aubrey Gonzalez Escares. John Ray Alovera Ferraren. Daniel Gutierrez Fradejas. Gisela Greta de Jesus Gonzalez. Aaron Hernandez, second honors. Armand Hernandez, second honors. He is also awarded second best thesis for his work, The Filipino Married Man's Cryopreserved Sperm as His Exclusive Property and His Underlying Rights to Property and Privacy. Mary Ann Cristel Hernandez Ignacio. Kenneth Jefferson Kane Jessino. Francesca Dominique Sea Jimenez. Lenel Abing Lacson, second honors. Joseph Cornelius Roa Lazaro. Hernand Amor Cabiles Macoy. Kali Alexandra Navea Huff. Royce Ann Bustamante Pedemonte, second honors. Maria Mayel Semilia Kiambao, second honors. Maria Samantha Sunga Ramos, second honors. She is also awarded Best Thesis for her work Strengthening the Philippines' Recognition and Enforcement Mechanism for International and Foreign Commercial Arbitral Awards, Proposed Amendments to the ADR Act, its special rules, and the establishment of a specialized arbitration court. Stephanie Chantal Rosales. Harvey Christian Ang Tan, second honors. Ann Therese Sorera T. Maria Rovina Lambino Yap, second honors. Darren Navela Zamudio, second honors. He is also awarded third best thesis for his work defining the threshold for real risk for serious harm in data breach notifications under the Data Privacy Act of the Philippines. Nadia Veronica San Juan Zialcita, second honors.
Samantha Patricia C. Buenafe will deliver the valedictory address.
Rex Group of Companies Chairman and President, Dominador D. Buhain Jr. Far Eastern University President Juan Miguel R. Montenola. Board of Trustee Member Attorney Gianna R. Montenola. University Registrar Dr. Genesis John Borja. FEU Law Alumni Association President Rodolfo V. Tagapan Jr. FEU Institute of Law Dean Jose Marlon Pabeton. Associate Dean Rowena L. Soriano. Respected and honorable members of the FEU IL faculty, administration, and staff, our dearest families and friends, and my fellow graduates, a pleasant morning to you all. This graduating batch is very special. All of us, if not most, entered law school during the height of COVID. For the first few years, we were the students who took 2 to 3 hour long examinations within the confines of our own bedrooms, who suffered moments of silence and lack of comfort from classmates after logging out of a gruesome Zoom class, and who said, "Attorney, I'm sorry I was on mute," or "Attorney, can you repeat the question? My Wi-Fi is unstable in class." We have heard comments like, "You're not a law student until you've experienced law school in real life," or "Online classes are easier than face-to-face." Admittedly, those comments lingered at the back of our minds and made us question whether we were really cut out to be in law school, let alone be a part of the legal profession. However, when it was announced that the FEU-IL will be conducting on-site classes, we were all ready to face law school head-on. We showed that despite being the pandemic batch, we were capable of confidently standing in front of our professors and also calmly sitting down when we hear our professors say, "No, it's okay." We showed we could read hundreds of cases, memorize thousands of provisions, and most importantly, schedule short breakdowns in between studying. We sacrificed, endured, and prevailed. Now, here we are, awarded with one of the most coveted degrees from one of the most well-known universities in the country. In this moment, we can be proud of ourselves. But I think we are all aware that getting the JD at the end of our names is just the beginning of our journey. Graduating from law school carries with it three things: challenges, expectations, and prestige. We are all too familiar with challenges. In fact, as we are sitting here, we are thinking of our biggest challenge yet, the bar exams. The sleepless nights, the anxiety, and the spending on expensive coffee have not stopped. However, I pray we fight any challenge with fortitude. Fortitude is the quiet courage to study for one more hour or to answer one more sample question. Fortitude is remembering how lucky we are to be here facing the challenge. If you run out of fortitude, look for it in your parents, your relatives, your partners, your friends, and your professors who are rooting for you. People are expecting you to pass. Everyone is expecting you to succeed in the field of law and in life. Those expectations may feel like weight holding you back. I hope we can tackle these expectations with excellence. Excellence is not about meeting anyone's expectations. It is about meeting your own. You get to define what excellence is. You just have to show up every day and believe in the value of your own potential. Once you fought all the challenges and tackled all expectations, prestige comes. But as fragile and as fleeting as it can be, prestige has the ability of distorting our principles. I pray we use uprightness as our guide to navigate the pressures of prestige that comes with being Juris Doctors. Uprightness should be the pillar we lean on, not just during the bar exams, but also in every decision we make and every action we take. Of course, today is not just about us, my fellow graduates. It is also about the people who reached us, who helped us reach this moment. They too deserve to be celebrated. To He who guided this path, we owe our existence, talents, and everything in this life. We are nothing without your grace. My sincerest gratitude goes to our parents. You were our constant source of encouragement, unconditional love, and prayers. Thank you for sacrificing so much for us and for believing in us when we failed to believe in ourselves. Our success is your success. Mom, you have been and will always be my why in this world. I hope I continue making you proud. To our siblings and relatives, we are grateful for the calls, texts, and meaningful conversations, reminding us that we're not alone and that we're also allowed to breathe and rest when things get overwhelming. To the significant partners, thank you for the unwavering support and patience. Your presence made our law school journey a tad bit easier. You gave us the breathing space we needed. To the Far Eastern University, the FEU Institute of Law, Dean Pabiton, and Associate Dean Soriano, we are grateful that you saw potential in each and every one of us. Thank you for nurturing that potential and for instilling in us the values of fortitude, excellence, and uprightness. To our professors and to our respective mentors, it was an honor to be taught and guided by you all. Thank you for imparting your invaluable wisdom and for always reminding us that the practice of law takes heart. To the administration, staff, and personnel of the Institute, your work behind the scenes was vital to our success. Thank you for making our stay in law school comfortable and worthwhile. Lastly, to our friends, without you, days would be long and nights would be isolating. Thank you for sharing the burden each of us carried and for being the source of laughter and entertainment. Class of 2025, I'm honored to be your friend and to have witnessed your journey in law school. We've made it. Congratulations to us all.
Jose Marlon P. Pabiton, Dean of the Institute of Law, will now introduce our commencement speaker.
Our keynote speaker is an alumnus of our university who finished his Bachelor of Laws in 1977. Welcome back home, sir. He is presently the chairman and president of the Rex Group of Companies, which consists of Rex Education, Rex Printing Company, Inc., Resource of Educators and Academic Professionals, or REAP, Rex Institute for Student Excellence, RISE, Rex Bookstore International Incorporated, J&J Properties and Realty Corp, First EduSpec Incorporated, Philippine Outbound Educators Institute, and DDD Group. He also heads a number of local and international printing and publishing associations, all of which are geared towards the promotion of efficient and responsible printing and publishing services in the pursuit of knowledge and educational excellence. In fact, he has earned the recognition as the country's godfather of book publishing industry. He is presently the president of San Beda University Alumni Association and chairperson of the Board of Trustees of La Consolacion College Manila and La Consolacion University Philippines, Malolos. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our keynote speaker, Attorney Dominador D. Buhain.
Greetings to each and everyone. Esteemed members of the Board of Trustees, President Juan Miguel R. Montinola, Dean Jose Marlon P. Pabiton, Associate Dean Rowena R. Rosario, faculty members, honored guests, proud families and loved ones, and most especially the graduating class of 2025, good morning. It is both a privilege and a pleasure to return to the halls of this Far Eastern University, an institution that helped shape the course of my life. Not just as a lawyer, but as a Filipino deeply committed to service, learning, and nation building. As someone whose journey in law included the Far Eastern University, this moment is also personally meaningful to me. Allow me to take you down memory lane on how FEU became a special part of my law journey. Rex Education, to which I am privileged to be the chairman and president, which was established in 1950, is celebrating its 75th year of business existence. It originated with the buying and selling of second-hand books, with my biological father, Dominador, and mother, Jubita. When my biological father died, the owners of two adjacent bookstores tried to win the affection of my mother. One was one was of a Chinese descent, and the other one named Juanito, who is an Ilocano from San Narciso, Zambales. Juanito won the affection of my mother. Juanito ventured in legal publishing with Professor Sulpicio Guevara as the first author of a first, the author of our first published book, which brought about the commencement of more publications. The book has received several revisions and is now being continued by the grandson, who is Senate President Chis Escudero. The book is anticipated to be launched at the Supreme Court. This initial act of publishing served as an initiative to venture into other publication. Thus, during the preceding 75 years, we were able to come up with 17,000 titles or publications. Thankfully, as mentioned earlier, has now 9 subsidiaries, including robotics, digital, and travel-inspired entities. During the 70s, the bookstore was razed to the ground by a big fire, and the same was virtually uninsured. Every item was destroyed except for one book, which remained unblemished, entitled Jesus Saved Me. Virtually all the staff decided to bid goodbye on the belief that there was no chance for them to be compensated. The harsh circumstances prompted me to make a bold decision for me to resign from employment at the HR department of the Film Life at the UN Avenue and to work as the only salesman of our company in the entire Philippines. It somehow commenced the satisfaction of my undisclosed travel yearnings. It was then that I decided also to enroll at the Ateneo College of Law in the first semester and pursued my role as a salesman during the second semester. Despite the lapse of a prolonged period of time where I could not pursue anymore my study in the second semester, I was encouraged and I am privileged to have been admitted to the Far Eastern University, thus giving me the opportunity to finish my law studies, to serve ultimately as a basis of becoming a lawyer, to which I am very, very grateful. These were 10 years, balancing years, when I was performing the triumvirate role of a head or family, a student of law, and one of the propagators for the survival of the Rex bookstore, which has now remained Rex Education. And I remain a sole salesman after the conflagration. The final battle of victory, or the residual years of marked incompetence, embarrassment, and lastly, and importantly, brand destruction for not passing the bar despite supposedly being the distributor of legal publication, had finally arrived after being certified by the Far Eastern University as a graduate of the College of Law. Although the odds were not favorable considering the prolonged period of studying, as when I started studying law in 1967, the then prevailing constitution was the 1935 Constitution, and that when I took the bar in 1977, the 1973 Constitution was already operational, the sweeping power of prayer and devotion to the Almighty obliterated this lingering negative apprehension. To our dear graduates, congratulations. Today marks a significant milestone, one that embodies years of relentless study, countless sacrifices, sleepless night, as mentioned earlier by our salutator, reviewing doctrines and memoranda, and the unwavering pursuit of excellence. You have earned the degree of the College of, honoris doctor, that after overcoming not only academic challenges, but the unique trials of our times. But let me tell you, your real education begins now. The law is more than just a profession or a discipline. It is a lifelong calling, a responsibility to balance justice and compassion, to shield the vulnerable, and to uphold the rule of law with integrity. As you step out into the world as honors doctors or lawyers, remember that each signature, each decision, and each argument you made will ripple and influence communities far beyond what you may see. In my journey with Rex Education and the wider publishing world, I learned that knowledge is both a gift and a duty. I have been privileged to witness the power of the written word, how ideas in books and in legal codes can shape lives and shape our nation. Books can transform lives, so too can a principled lawyer. Never underestimate the influence you wield, how a just decision, a well-argued case, or a compassionate gesture can inspire change beyond your imagination. I recognize all of you to champion lifelong learning, to remain curious, and to never lose sight of your ethical compass. Success in the law is not measured merely by titles or accolades, but by the depth of your integrity and the impact you leave behind. Seek excellence always, but balance it with humility. Celebrate your victories, but honor your failures, for they will teach you the most enduring lessons. Be brave in defending what is right, but even braver in admitting your mistakes and learning from them. As you celebrate today, carry with you the values instilled by our alma mater, meaning fortitude, excellence, and uprightness. Let this guide you in every crossroad and courtroom, whether you practice in corporate towers, public service, advocacy, or the academe. As for me, these values truly guided me to where I am, my humble status in life. Becoming a lawyer was one of my greatest achievements, not only because it justifies my wearing a coat and tie or a barong, even on an uneventful occasion, but more so, it gave me the opportunity to head various associations, as mentioned earlier, particularly the Philippine Educational Publishers Association, Philippine Book Publishing Federation, Print Industry Board Foundation, ASEAN Book Publishers Association, and Asia Pacific Publishers Association, among others. More importantly, I was privileged, your humble representation, to cause the passage of the Book Publishing Development Act that, modesty aside, earned me the title of Godfather, which was declared by acclamation during the last two book fairs for spearheading the Republic Act 84-7. Incidentally, this year, the Philippines will be the guest of honor in the Frankfurt Book Fair, which is the biggest book fair in the world. Rex Education is privileged to be in partnership with the Frankfurt Book Fair to host the Asian stage, and I am happy to announce that a former staff of FEU is with me, Gwen Galvez. Can I give recognition to Gwen Galvez? Will be the one to assist me in the formation of the Asian stage, wherein representation coming from the Asian countries and the Western countries will jointly discuss about the issues of global publishing. It may interest you to know, pasensya na kayo, nagyayabang ako, that I was considered as the first Filipino to have visited 82 provinces in the Philippines in 2006 by the Philippine Global Explorers. I was acclaimed recently the Philippine Global Explorer for having visited. I visited Tuvalu last week, and I was privileged to be considered as having visited 175th UN country. Thank you. Likewise, I was recognized the most traveled Filipino using Philippine passport in Travel ni Awel in the DZMM radio show. I was acknowledged by Travel Century Club to have visited 261 countries and destinations and 491 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and 527 regions under the Nomad Mania travel or agency. All the above accomplishments, especially the occupation of leadership in various local and international associations, I firmly believe were achieved partly because of my background as a lawyer. From my humble experience, becoming a lawyer provided me with many avenues to be of help to our country. Thank you very much to my alma mater, the Far Eastern University, for helping me reach, for guiding me and helping me reach the gateway to higher prestige. Lastly, never forget your roots and invest in the next generation. The torch you bear today will brighten the path for others tomorrow. I wish you all courage and wisdom, for the journey ahead will not always be easy, but it will always be meaningful. May I quote from my colleague in one of my associations at the Sambeda, where allow me to quote his pronouncement. Needs may get you started, but only purpose keeps you going. When life gets hard, it's not what you lack that sustains you, it's what you live for. Purpose fulfills passion, strengthens resolve, and turns ordinary efforts into something extraordinary. Life with a purpose, and you will not only endure, you will inspire, lead, and leave a legacy. Congratulations. Marami pong salamat for the opportunity to talk to you.
President Juan Miguel R. Montinola together with Dean Jose Marlon P. Pabiton, will award the plaque of appreciation to our commencement speaker. The plaque reads, Far Eastern University, Manila, Philippines, presents this plaque of appreciation to Dominador D. Buhain Jr. in grateful recognition of his participation as guest of honor and speaker during the 2025 Law Hooting and Commencement exercises given this 26th day of July 2025 in the city of Manila, Philippines, signed Aurelio R. Montinolo III, Chairman, Board of Trustees, and Juan Miguel R. Montinola, President. Rodolfo V. Tagapan Jr., President of the FEU Law Alumni Association, will now lead the graduates in the alumni oath-taking.
Graduates, please rise. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having graduated from the Institute of Law, Far Eastern University, and accepted as a member of the FEU Alumni Association, do hereby solemnly swear that I shall abide by and uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Association, as well as the policies and legal orders promulgated by its Board of Trustees, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Welcome to the FEU Alumni Foundation and congratulations.
Please remain standing as Ralph Jervis M. Bangan leads in the recitation of the Pledge of Loyalty.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. In grateful recognition of all that Far Eastern University has done for me, I hereby pledge to FEU my loyalty and solemnly promise to live according to its ideals, work unceasingly to preserve the heritage of our glorious culture, elevate the dignity of all people, and promote the unity of humankind and the glory of Almighty God.
Everyone, please rise for the singing of the FEU hymn. Please remain standing for the exit of the university maze, faculty, administrators, member of the Board of Trustees, and guests. Kindly remain standing until all the faculty, administrators, guests have left the FEU auditorium.